What's up guys, it's Restore. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be doing another tutorial. Yeah, so basically I haven't really been posting that much. I've been really focusing on school for this past month. So let's just get straight into it. So you read the title, you know what we're doing today. We're making an effect with this. So I've already synced up my clip, and we're just going to mark that by pressing M to mark. Then we're going to split it. I'm going to go to VTime controls, and we're going to go to 2 frames before the shotgun shoots at a speed point. Set it to 200. And then from this point, we're going to go 40 frames back. So from 559, that'd be 419. That's 40 frames back. And then so we're gonna mark a point because that's where we want this to stretch. We're probably gonna go from right here, and then you're gonna line this up with this one. You're just gonna drag this out. So now you have this. We're gonna go to VTime scaling, optical flow. And then we're gonna do, I think, after, set this to 200. Then we're just make a point wherever, and have this be like 30. Maybe a little more, maybe. I think 35 is good. Actually. Alright, we're gonna go from there. So, oh, actually, one thing I forgot to do: go into VTime curve and touch that little line, and then you're gonna click on this point, go to there, just make it a little more like that. Click on this point, make it like that, go like that, so it's a little more smooth. So once you've done that, we're going to go into effects, and we're going to drag in our adjustment clip here. So we're going to go onto the color tab, and what you're going to want to do is press Alt L. So that's going to create 2 of these. On the first one, you're going to want to go to here, drag your saturation to 0, your shadows all the way down, all these 2 all the way down, and that should do it. Make sure that's all the way down, make sure they're all the way down. And then you're going to go over to here, and you're going to go to this, and we're going to select what colors we want to be isolated. So here I think we're going to, oh, I don't know what I just did. We're going to go, I think, with the blue of these builds. So once you've selected your color, you're going to want to click this, and it just adds basically the colors. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing here. So I think I got what I want. I think we're pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to this tab. Make sure you selected this one, not this one, but this one. And we can change this, but you're not gonna want to change gain. You're gonna want to change gamma. I think we're gonna do green. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with green. So you're gonna come back here and see how there's stuff like this. We want to clean that up. So basically, you're just gonna want to mess with these until you found a setting that you like. So I think this looks pretty good. See, notice how I've cleaned up all here, and you can mess around with this too. I'm personally gonna leave that how it is. And the only thing I'm going to do is go over to here go over to this thing and make this darker, which essentially just makes it darker. So I'm just gonna put it to here. Maybe not all the way, but just to about here. So once you have this, you're going to want to drag this a little more out and fade it in. Once you have this faded in, the next step is actually to bring in our overlay, which I will have linked in the description for you guys. And we're gonna go ahead and make this 200. And optical flow. Actually, we're gonna put it on 150. Not that it matters, I just think it's a little slow. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it in the middle. And we're gonna cut it and cut it. So obviously, we're gonna go to composite mode and click add. And we're gonna go to open effects, S_warp transform. Click this on here. Go into effects, and I have some presets that you can use as your base, and then you can adjust as needed. So we're gonna go ahead and set this to 0.3. 0.3. Put tilt on negative 11.3. And you're gonna want to put swivel on negative 21.7. Now these are subject to change, but I think this is a pretty good one. Pretty good settings to base off. Obviously, you can change the tilt if this doesn't work for you, as well as you can change this. So I actually forgot. I'm gonna change the color in here for this one. Obviously, orange doesn't go with green, so we're just gonna go ahead and change the hue so it matches the color of our color correction. Alright, so we have that. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust these settings to what I need, but it might be different for you. So why don't you take the time to do that, and I'll meet you when I'm done. Alright, so I adjusted these so it's specific to me. So I'm then going to click this, which is going to disable the color correction for now. And we're going to go into video and put this to 50 so it's easier to track. So then I'm going to go to the first frame. I'm going to go to these and I'm going to keyframe them. And I'm basically going to pick a point on the back of the skin that I can trace it off of. So it's pretty hard to pick a point now, but let's see. I think I'm gonna pick the chain. Yeah, so the chain is going to be going in the middle of these lines. But if there's a more specific point on the back, like here, then you would track it onto the center. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to go frame by frame. And then if that chain ever gets out of those two lines, I'm going to put it back. So you're basically just tracking it. And you're going to do the same with your specific point. Obviously, Davinci is garbage, so it's way easier to do this on Sony Vegas or anything else. But I'm just going to continue to do that. Also, a little tip for tracking: the less points, the more smooth it looks. So if something is just slowly going out of line like this, then if you put less points, it's going to be more smooth. Whereas if you put a lot of points, it's going to be more choppy. But don't let that stop you from tracking it, because you want to make sure every frame is on the point. So alright, looks pretty decent. I'm just going to continue tracking, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Alright, so once you finish tracking, you're going to want to put this back to 100 and undo this. So now it should look like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, 'cause it's from pretty far away. But I mean, it should be pretty good. It's Davinci, so you really can't do much if the tracking is like bad. But so you're going to want to extend this to here. Okay, no, please don't crash roll, please. Okay, good. So now you're gonna want to go to s_dissolve luma. I'm just gonna want to put this to here. You should kind of have a cool fading. Put it a little more. So once you have that, you're going to want to have another adjustment clip on, and this is pretty much the most important part of this entire thing, at least the most iconic. You're gonna go open in Fusion page. It's gonna open you in the Fusion page. Click off and click on again. Shift space, and you're gonna want to go to warp transform. This is Sapphire plugin as well. So this one is going to be using spline to make it more smooth. So don't worry if you don't know what spline is. I'm going to teach you, but we're not going to use that at the moment right now. So we're going to be going to Z distance and keyframing them on both sides, and go to kind of the middle, keyframe it on here, as well as keyframe rotate here, and then in the middle, whichever rotation you want to do. I recommend not doing it too much. Maybe about 4 would be appropriate. So then once you got your rotating, here's where the spline comes in. Now make sure you know what you're dealing with here, because the pink line is the zoom in and this one is the rotate. So we're actually going to, this basically just kind of stretches it. It doesn't affect it in the sense of the keyframes, but it does affect how you view it. So it's just easier to view it this way. Still a little big. Okay, so what you're going to want to do here is put this one and click it out like here. Click this one, and I'm actually going to put it like this. Okay, so I have it like that. So now you have a little this kind of curve. It's gonna look like this. Oh, that's weird. Wait, hold on. Alright, never mind. I thought something weird was up. So, I was gonna do something. Yeah, so you're gonna want to put warp to reflect and reflect. Why is Steam opening? Go away. And actually put this. Forgot to do the rotate. Rotate isn't much different. Okay, this blue thing is getting in the way of me clicking on it. Just go like that, and then basically put this out like like that. So you have that kind of curve. So as far as your curves, that's how it's gonna go. So we're done in spline. We still have to do some sound effects. Add a build-up. Oh, I guess the overlay cut off the clip audio. Some sound effects, a build-up shake, and anything else we want to add. So we're going to go ahead and do some sound effects now. I have these sound effects already in, but I will break them down and show you what they are, as well as link any of the ones that aren't very common. So for this Fortnite Legendary Pump and a bass swish, those are both pretty common. You can really use any bass swish, anything works. You don't even have to use a bass swish. But I'm just gonna keep adding tracks. Okay, so I think we have enough for now. Alright, so we should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some build-ups. So we have where our clip is. It's from here. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put in a shing sound effects that was in Maxie's sound effect pack a little bit ago. If I can find it, shing drop, that's what it's called. So essentially, just gonna put this after here and a little bit after. Fade this out, and we're going to put the volume a little bit lower. This sound effects build up 4, we're going to put in as well, like so. Have this fade in. Dude, my brother will not shut up. As well as another sound effect. It's kind of, don't know what to call it, but that one. You can add your own build up and impact. I'm just gonna add my own custom ones. You can add yours if you want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that in. Yeah. So once you have your impacts in, I just have my impacts in now. I want to extend the color correction and fade it out. So yeah, once you have that, that's pretty much the effect. I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I usually respond to everyone that has a question. So yeah, thanks for watching, boys. Peace.